Hi everyone! Welcome back sa channel. Sorry, ngayon lang ako nakapag-video ulit. Today, I'm going to, ano, storytelling muna tayo. Para masanay ako sa harap ng camera, okay? Um, okay, I'm going to tell you that we went back to the Philippines last April 2022. And, actually, it started last February 2022 when we received the news that wala nang quarantine. Effective like January 29 yata yun or 28. There will be no quarantine in the Philippines. Once you arrive at the port of entry, you can go right away to kung saan ka papunta. So that time, we immediately check sa tickets because I know Filipinos are longing to get home. So, when we check online, actually nagahang na yung mga websites. So, we went to travel agency websites and doon mabilis kami nakabook ng tickets going to the Philippines. And it's not Cebu Pacific PAL yung yung binook namin. Although it's expensive, pero we're ready on that kasi meron na kaming nakaset na funds na uuwi kami. Pero actually, that's a surprise. Hindi namin sinabi kasi may nangyari after. We booked it on April 6. But, we received an email that my husband will be taking the oath taking for citizenship on April 7. So, we were happy at the same time. Ano bang feeling nun? Parang frustrated. Kasi we have to choose between the two. Either we fly and forgo the oath taking, or we should proceed with the oath taking and then rebook. And that's costly already. Costly na nga yung first na tickets. Pag mag-rebook ka pa, it's another money out. So, that time, I don't have anyone to ask. Or meron, pero parang hindi ako convinced sa mga answers. So, I tried to ask in Facebook sa mga Filipino communities, ano ang the best or ano ang pipiliin namin sa dalawa. Kasi we don't know what's the serious consequence kung i-forgo namin ang oath taking or and the other way around. So, ang nangyari that time, there were people who suggested na we just proceed with the vacation and later na lang yung oath taking. You just call, or even though absent ka sa oath taking, you will receive a letter, and then you just justify why you did not go to the oath taking. But to fully satisfy ourselves, we call the immigration, and it took us around 2 hours to be entertained over the phone. So I think I understand what the personnel was saying, that it's like the citizenship process is it's a long process, and if you forgo it, you need to find another slot, which will take another 1 to 3 months, I think, for you to have that slot. It was stated in the website that we should no, my husband and my children, hindi pa ako qualified kasi, so I did not apply yet. My husband and my children should take the oath taking within 12 months from approval. So the approval was last July, not at the time we received the email, because it's yung receiving of the email, it's just the oath taking, but the approval itself was last July, I think 15. So if we fly, so we only have few months to go for him to have that oath taking, or else there is a possibility that the grant for citizenship will be canceled, and we don't want to do that, because now The application for citizenship is around $490, and you will wait for another processing time, so which will take around 2 years, and we waited for over a year already for this. So we decided to have the oath taking first and then rebook the ticket. So we rebook it, we called the travel agency, and actually that's the painful thing about travel agencies, because if you book it online, you need to communicate with them online also. So imagine how stressed we are that time. We tried to go to the stores of the travel agency, but each one will tell us to call online. Now we called online, so around siguro mga 1 hour to 2 hours for the rebooking. And I think the one who answered our call was from the Philippines, and he's like inexperienced to take the call. But we were able to rebook it for around $60 compared to canceling it, which will cost us around $600. So we were happy. We were able to rebook it for another maybe around 20 days, because we need to get the passports, and we need to do it rush, and also we need to take the PCR test and whatnot. And on top of that, we intend to be in the Philippines for 6 weeks, and my husband is already on leave. He took the leave from April 6 to the time we should be here back. But because of the delay, the 6 weeks became 3 weeks. Sa 3 weeks na nandito kami while my husband was on leave, we did not inform, or with not an inkling, not even a clue, wala kaming binigay doon sa pamilya namin sa Pilipinas, because we don't know if we can fly exactly on that date, because the passports are not yet with us. After the oath taking, we checked the website again, and it says allow us 10 days para ma-upload yung information sa system for us to file the passports for the kids and my husband. But we did not wait for the 10-day period. Instead, on the 6th or the 7th day, we comply everything, and we went to an Australia Post store, and then they tell us, because they found out that the date we intend to fly was maybe around 1 week from that, or 2 weeks from that. So she said, if you file it here, I'm not sure if you can have the passports on that day. So she suggested we go to the Australia Post in, what's that place? The market, Haymarket. We went to Haymarket the next day, and then we filed it. And actually that day was also stressful, because since my name in my son's birth certificate is the maiden name, so we need to provide the marriage contract, and we did not have that. So my husband went back to the house, get the marriage contract, but we complied it on that day, rush. So it's another around $200 each person, so that we can get the passports on 2 days, within 2 days. So after 2 days, there was an email that the passport is ready to collect. So my husband went to the passport office. We did not let the post office mail the passports. Instead, we go there so that we can get it on that day. But unfortunately, when he went there, yung passport lang pala niya ang nandun. So yung dalawang bata, wala pa. So He was asked to come back the next day. And then when he come back, only one passport lang yung nandun. So yung pangalawang passport, he waited on that day. He didn't want to go back the next day again. So fortunately, on that day, after 4 o'clock, he got the second passport. So all passports are complete within that day. So the next step is we book for a PCR test, and we are negative. So 48 hours before the flight, and when we went to the airport the day on the flight, by the way, our flight date is the second birthday of my youngest son, and we thought we don't have a problem. So that day we were so excited. 5 o'clock in the morning, we were there. We were the first in line because we want to go home that bad. But when everything was checked, complete papers, and then we went to the check-in counter, and we were stuck there for, I think, hours, 1 hour, 2 hours. And good thing we were early, because if not, we might not get in the plane. So you might ask me, what happened in the airport? Yeah, actually what happened is, the personnel were trying to find our tickets in the system. They found 4 of us, but my youngest son was not there. So I checked the ticket. I told him he was under me. It was here, traveling with me as a parent. Is it so? I got that idea from my friend before, that when a child reached 2 years old on the day of the flight, better check. So I told them, was it because my son is already 2 years old today and he needs a child ticket? And they said, yeah, you need to buy a ticket for him. So they said, oh, there is a travel agency here, you can go there. Okay, so it's 7 o'clock in the morning, so we go there, and then when we get there, it's closed. So we were thinking, why is it closed? It says in the website that they are open 7 o'clock in the morning. And then the janitor said, oh, it's a Sunday. Oh no. So that time my husband was like, he's almost crying. He was like silent at the side, because at that day the person who said we can't book a flight, we can't book for a child ticket online on their website, because they need an adult to accompany the child. And it's Sunday, the travel agency is closed, the store is closed in the airport. So I tried to call the emergency numbers. So a person suggested an emergency number. I find another emergency number on the website, and then the personnel said, if you can't book a flight today for him, just book a ticket for tomorrow. So I was thinking, oh, we can't fly today, we can fly tomorrow. But I misinterpreted it. My husband said, no, it's not that. The person who said, you book a flight today or tomorrow, and then they will fix it for us so that we can fly with him, with my youngest son, today. So there was a glimmer of hope, but we pay another $1,000 plus. So that's expensive, but we need to do that or else we can't go. Buti na lang may credit card. So the ending there, we were able to fly. We fixed the problem around 8 o'clock in the morning. We were hungry, My baby was crying. Everyone were stressed. And then 10 o'clock, we flew. Sigh of relief.